Well, hello there, folks. The Wire v St Helens. I was expecting to come in here today, very, very disappointed, and having a right pop at 17 players, or many of the 17, and maybe also the coach. Can't do that today, or not after last night's performance anyway. Came away feeling very happy, and dare I say a little proud. Do I think they've turned a corner, Warrington, that is? No, not necessarily. You don't know what you're going to get at the moment. Although we've got the players there in the squad to turn that corner. If they want to themselves, they've got to want to. But I'll give a quick verdict on last night's game and a couple of other things that are running through my head at the moment, and a couple of my thoughts on them. But last night's game, great advert for rugby. Saints were missing a few. I think we were missing a few more. We did very, very well. When they went ahead at half time, I thought we wouldn't come back in it. We did. We surprised me, which was pleasing to see. Great interception try of Ashton's, but he took the chance and went for the intercept. I think they had one or two men over. Had they played it better, they would have probably scored themselves. Game would have been finished, but he went the length of the pitch. Then we scored a wonder try by Dufty, just proving there that we've got two speedsters that are massively underused. Great try. Ben Curry, who I've been critical of late, and I'm still surprised he got a 3-year extension on his contract, or a 3-year contract. Did a couple of things last night that were very much like the Ben Curry of old. Great to see. Will he, or can he carry it on? Well, yes, he can do. Will he do? I'm not so sure he will. But just a few thoughts. I mean, a few players played well. Lots of players played well. Both wingers were great. Russell run the ball really hard. Ashton did brilliant, as he always does. Doesn't get enough ball, but brilliant. Dufty played well. Better in defence than normal. Again, didn't get enough ball. Clark ran well and ran hard, as he always does. Burgess, when he came on, he's now getting more yards, Burgess, but making less mistakes. He used to make a lot of mistakes, niggling ones, and they give, he'd give penalties away or drop the ball close to our line. He's not doing that at the moment. I hope it carries on. Vaughan played many, many minutes again. They targeted him, but he worked hard all the way through, as he's done all season. He's been a credit. All great. No really bad performances there. Saints played well, came back well. They were under the cosh for a while. It was a great end-to-end game. But a few thoughts on it. I mean, firstly, we got robbed. You lose games, and fans often call officials and call other players, but we did get robbed. One of their tries was a massive forward pass. You've got a touch judge in line with it, and the referee's in front, but looking back, surely you can see one person's in front of another. He was probably 8 yards in front of the play and 20 yards away. I can't say how the referee can't see it, but the touch judge definitely should. They go and score from that. It should not have been allowed. I think one of the later tries, it might have been the last try, had a hint of forward. I think it may well have been. I'm probably 70-30 erring on the side of it was forward. They then dropped the ball on the line with probably 4 minutes to go. They dropped the ball at Saints. The referee and the touchers see it as a ball steal, which it wasn't. We watched it 10-12 times. No ball steal. The guy dropped the ball. And from a drop ball where we'd have got 6 on their line, what happens? They get a free kick and 6 more. So they kick out of danger and get 6 more with game over. It's just crazy. I mean, you've got, 2 church judges there? You've got 1 referee and you've got 1 guy up in a box video refereeing. Can you not get them decisions right? Before we go into a couple of final thoughts on the game, let me just say this. Why on earth, when I think we were the first game to bring in video refs, we were the first game that did where if an opposing player give the referee a bit of back chat, you'd get an extra 10 yards. We were the first to do that. It put the referees in a better position than they used to be, give them that bit more authority, which is warranted and which is right. I think we were then the first to bring video referees in. Sometimes I think we over-egg it. Some tries we watch 5, 6, 7 times, or attempted tries, and sometimes I think we give the wrong decision because they tend to watch every try in slow motion. They should watch in slow and real time, and I think you'd get a better opinion. I think the odd try goes through and gets given when it shouldn't be. Yet at the same time, the odd try goes through, which is a try, and gets disallowed, and that's wrong. They shouldn't have that. But forward passes, we've not been able to look at forward passes with video referees ever, to my mind. Why? Why not? We pull every forward pass in a game, but a forward pass that leads to a try, if it's not been picked up on by an official, is allowed. That is crazy. You're giving 4 or 6 points to an attacking team that doesn't deserve it. That is just wrong. When we video referee virtually everything, why can we not do forward passes? Why on earth can we not do forward passes? It's crazy. I used to laugh at rugby union a few years ago because rugby union was littered with forward passes and little knock-ons, and they got away with them all. They brought video refs in after us, and now they do pick up on some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. But where they can stop them, they stop them. But we're allowing forward passes and the acts of tries, and it beggars belief. We've got a professional sport. We've got a video referee there that's sat in a box paid to look at this film. I mean, within probably 5 to 10 seconds of that video going up to him, that for that try of St Helens, the big forward pass, he'd have ruled it forward straight away. It wouldn't have added time to the game at all. 10 seconds maximum. He wouldn't have had to view it 2, 3 or 4 times. He'd have seen it once. I've made my decision. Forward pass, no try. The right decision's made. I cannot believe we allow forward passes. I just cannot. I think they got 2 on forward passes last night, 2 tries. So there was it 10 or 12 points from them? Crazy. Take them out, we win the game. Another couple of things. What else didn't I wanted to discuss? Yeah, Gil Dudson. Can I just ask at Warrington, Gil Dudson, who signed him? Who was the person that decided we wanted Gil Dudson? And also, what was the reasoning behind it? What was the reasoning? Did somebody say to somebody else, we need a big player? Oh, Gil Dudson's big. Oh, get him then. Was that it? He's a big player, but he's not playing to his size. He's doing very little. I've not read anything today yet about disciplinary hearings. If he doesn't get banned for some matches for kneeling on that opposing player's head, I'll be very shocked. He deserves it, by the way. I hope he gets it. He deserves it. That was dirty, and he knew what he was doing. After punching a guy in the face when the guy's lay on the floor, can't do anything about it, can't really move his head out of the way of it, he then kneels on somebody else's head. Very, very bad. I don't know what he's doing sometimes. I don't, honestly. I really, really don't. And one other thing, I've heard from friends of mine, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard there's a big division in the camp at the moment, and that's one of the reasons that we're playing so badly. I've heard we've got pals of Josh Charnley, who's left the club, and pals of Josh Maguire, who's also left the club, both in different circumstances. Is it true? Have we got divisions there? I mean, I thought Charnley was one of the bad eggs that needed gone. There was a lot of bad eggs that needed gone. Maybe some still liked him and held the torch for him. I know he's doing well at Lee, as he scored 22 tries and he's winning the try-scoring stats at the moment. If you've seen the video I've done on the channel here about last night's other 2 games, what I'll say is this. Charnley might have 22 tries. I said it in the other video if you've not seen it. But every time I see his tries this year, he's either falling over the line from 3 to 4 yards out or barging over from 5 yards out. Now, some of the ones where he's barging over, he's taking between 1 and 3 men. Some of them do take some scoring. But they're the only tries he seems to be scoring. He's not doing much else. And all I will say is, the last 2 years before he left Warrington, especially the last year, his playing defence was woeful. He was being targeted with the high ball all the time and coming at wanting. I noticed myself that Powell's Cass did it for 2 games. They realised he was a weak link and he was dropping everything. I think one week who's the lad that's about 34 now? I can't remember his name. A black lad, I should remember his name very well. A utility player for Cass, scored 3 against him 1 week. Don't think he's ever scored 3 in his career, but he got 3 against Charnley. Charnley was rubbish that day. He didn't play well for us last couple of years. I wasn't sorry to see the back of him. Yeah, he's scoring tries there now, but is he as bad in defence as he was at Warrington, or has he improved? I don't know. I've not been watching him. Somebody tell me. But if we've got divisions in the camp, it's worrying. And it takes me back to what Maguire's dad said. Again, the board still haven't come out and let us know what's gone on there. They haven't come out and gone against Maguire's dad with his accusations. A board member has said most of it's fantasy, but the board member hasn't released his name, which makes me believe there's something in what Maguire's dad says. But I cannot believe there's half a team that are on Charnley's side a year or so after he's left, and half the team on Maguire's side who's already done playing and back in Australia or France now, is it? I don't know. So that's concerning. They need to sort that out. But last night, yeah, Warrington, well done, really well done. Let's back it up next week against Wigan. I want you to win. You need a win. But let's get a great performance. Let's carry on the performance levels, and we can still then make top 6. We was winning it. Make top 6. We can still win it. There's 8 teams that can win this grand final. We're not going to win the league now, I don't feel. We're definitely not going to get to Wembley because we're out. But we can win this elusive grand final. We've got the players there to do it. With those kind of performances last night, and we're meant to come back, it can be done. I can't believe I'm saying that. I wouldn't have said that last week.